Hello and welcome to Solo Guitar Residency with Dr. Levin. No, I'm not a real doctor, but I'm currently developing a new vitamin supplement specifically for circus performers that enables them to swallow swords and batons that are on fire without their lymph nodes swelling. Basically, I use this vitamin called vitamin R that I invented, which stands for vitamin ridiculous, and it does the trick. So if you're out there, sword swallowers, just give me a call. You got my number already probably, and I'll try to get you the vitamin when it comes out. In today's solo guitar residency video, I'm going to show you what I think is one of the most important things to do if you want to learn solo guitar, which is the process of writing for solo guitar. Now, there's a million ways to write music, so I'm not going to tell you which is the right way or what to do. I'm just going to offer you a few ideas, some examples, and I guess you could say formulas for dealing with a blank slate. Just ways to get started, ways to start from scratch and start getting the gears rolling so you can write some great music. The first thing I want to show you is a way to take melodies and harmonize them into chord melodies. And it's a simple system, so it's not overly theory heavy. It's more, basically you have to know key signatures and you have to be able to write music within a key signature. So let's take the key of A minor, and I'm going to write a melody in A minor. Spoiler alert, I wrote this melody in advance so that I could do a good job with the lesson, but you could write any melody you want, and then I'm going to show you the system to harmonize it. Now, you can take the melody, it could sound like this, for example. And you take each individual note from that melody and you harmonize it with two other notes. The first note you harmonize the melody note with will be down a second within the key. So if your first note is E, like it is in this example, you harmonize it with a D, down a second to D. That's how you pick the first note you harmonize each melody note with. And then you pick the third note from the chord, or the second note that you harmonize the melody with your ear and your fingers and placement and what's comfortable. In this case, I mix around to a couple different options, but that one's up to you. But the formula is down a second plus something else below. So let's take that melody, and using this method, I'm going to show you how it sounds if you harmonize each note that way. So in this example, just to help really drill the concept home, for E, I took E, went down a second to D, and then I added a G, because that's what my ear said to do. I like G, and you can experiment with all kinds of different bass notes there. And you pick the one you like. I like G. And then for the second note, which is G, in the melody is G, I go down a second to F, and then I picked A for the bottom note. Then the third note was a C, so it goes, the third note was an F, so it goes, and for that F I went down a second to E, within the key of A minor, down a second is to E. Then I played an A on the bottom for that chord as well. So far I have, and then for the C, I harmonized that down a second to B, and then I put an F on the bottom because I like F. Could have put an E on the bottom, could have put a G on the bottom, could have put a C on the bottom. I chose F. So there's F, and so on. You go through the melody, whatever melody it might be, and you can harmonize it this way. And it's just a way to harmonize your melodies. Why not? It sounds great. The next thing I want to show you is a way to come up with cool chord voicings that you might not be used to playing yourself, or that are new to your ears, and chord motions. And this is a really easy thing to do, but and it's super effective, and it's just really fun. I really recommend doing this. What you do is you improvise for about 30 seconds to a minute. So, not too long. You just improvise for a bit. And you record yourself improvising. You could do it with your phone, if your phone's got a recorder, or with your computer, or with a tape recorder, anything that records audio. It doesn't have to be good quality or anything. And you improvise and record it. And when you improvise, you play mostly chords, and you try different shapes and fingerings. For example, I'll just go at it. So. My sleeve caught my whammy. That's very cool. So I would have recorded that, and I actually just filmed it, so I can do this. And what you do is you don't listen back after you record. You don't listen back. You stop it, and you wait till the next day. And I got this idea from a great teacher named Mick Goodrick. He's amazing. You've probably heard of him. He's an amazing guitar teacher. But you wait till the next day. And then the next day you go back and listen to it. So that way you've completely forgotten what you did. And then you listen and you say, what stood out to me there? What sounds were new? What sounds do I want to do again? And when those moments of excitement hit you, transcribe, figure out exactly what you did there the previous day, and use that in a piece of music. So I had a lot of things. I don't remember what I did anymore, so I'll just go back and watch this, tomorrow, and I could work with this. If I wasn't playing a gig in New York tomorrow, then I'd probably work on this that day if I had time. But the point is, you just do it. You pick the chords that stand out to you the most, and that can be just a great way to start a song. Easy. Just a simple thing to do. Record yourself, listen back, learn what you did. Just wait a day. And it's just great to get in the habit of improvising solo guitar, because even if you don't like the way it sounds at first, that's definitely one of the best ways to get good at it. No question about that. And so finally, the last thing I'd like to show you to help you start getting into writing and things to help you, start hearing new ideas is you take one of the chord voicings that you discovered through that exercise of recording yourself, or you take a chord voicing that you just learned, or anything you like, and you start moving it up in whole steps, or in steps, up the key, up within the key. So let's take a chord voicing, like, let's say this one. It's a really pretty sounding, suspended-ish sounding chord, alright? And I'm going to move this up in steps within the key of A minor. I love starting ideas in A minor because a lot of people are really comfortable with A minor because there's no sharps or flats, and you can, it's just cool to start simple, but you should definitely, work your stuff out in all keys. But you can start by moving this through A minor. I'm going to take this same chord shape and I'm going to modify it within the key as I move up. So G will move up to A, and each note moves up a step in the key. So it sounds like this. And it's just a really cool way to get all the juice you can out of a chord voicing and find maybe new places where that symmetry sounds cool, like. And that can be the start of a piece as well. Now that's it within a key, and definitely don't have to stay in a key ever. There's lots of great value that comes from experimenting with going out of a key. Experimenting is always good in music, in my opinion. Like, if there is a thing that you can try on your instrument that doesn't hurt you or anyone else, then try it. Yeah.